by being profitable, right? So different countries in different parts of the world are coming up with a lot of regulations, like CSRD is one of such things, which is in the Europe. So what we want to do, if we have a business, we want to sell our products and service outside India. Then we are going to get more in dollars and euros and all. So if we have to do that, we have to follow their rules also. Even today, there is a cross-border carbon tax. That means any product or service that is going into Europe, you have to tell how much of carbon footprint it has generated. And based on that, there will be a tax. So you have to also measure that. You cannot run away from it anymore. And there are regulations. Companies are being fined for greenwashing, for making false claims on carbon footprint. In India, we have the SEBI coming for the top 1,000 listed companies, but gradually, if you look at BSE, the Bombay Stock Exchange, they have said any listed company in Bombay Stock Exchange has to give disclosure of carbon footprint. Today, the audit is changing. We are looking at double materiality assessment. We are talking about auditors coming and not only looking at auditing your financial accounting, but also the environmental impact on your business. And that's why there is another new area, for the engineers. What they are saying is, auditors will no longer be people like me from the finance background. It will also be engineers who will now come in, because they have to do materiality assessment of the product and service life cycle assessments and all. So you need to get into that. Now, as part of Green Computing Foundation, we help organizations in trying to practice sustainable IT. So in your house, you have the router, right? For your Wi-Fi. All of you have routers? How many of you put it off at night? I mean, I'm assuming that you sleep at night. Only one person. Do you know the router's power consumption is as much as that of your refrigerator? So forget about the environment, even for your electricity billing also you need the router to be off, right? When you buy a product, you go and buy a product which is Energy Star. Will you buy a 1-star product or will you buy a 5-star product? 5-star product, right? So here also, when we are using any of the products like our mobile or tab or whatever, and in a bigger scale, the servers and laptops and whatever, all of it has to be from that. Go ahead. So with this, the idea here is to ensure that when we are doing anything, we cannot avoid looking at the environmental impact. Even there is a new audit standard called ISSA 5000 from International Accounting and Audit Standards Board, which has got approved on 20th of September last year, where now the audit is mandatory or audit has to be done for both environmental impact as well as financial impact. RBI in February itself has given, but here obviously it is voluntary, they have given a memo saying that these double materiality assessment has to be done. And if you look at SEBI's statement, so as from the beginning people were talking about money, right? So you need to get funding. So SEBI's rule is, or what they have mentioned is, whoever is funding, 65% of their funding has to come from, has to go to green companies and green projects. Only 35% is available for non-green companies and non-green projects. So when you are doing your products and services, make sure that you can prove that it is a green product, right? So I'm not going into the technical details of things, but after this there is a panel discussion where I'll speak a little bit more on technology part of it, uh, more specifically on the AI side. So if there is any question, fine. Otherwise, I know there's less time, so it's okay with me. We can close it here.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful session on the green computing. Now we'll be welcoming our first panel.
This is how we run the business on the go. Thank you so much, Ruby ma'am, for joining us. We have one felicitation which we wanted to do right in the beginning. Hina ji has joined us in. Hina ji is an entrepreneur in diamonds. So Hina ji, please go ahead. Please felicitate, please honor our Vice Pro VC, Ms. Ruby Ojha ji. Mrs. Ruby Ojha ji. थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू सो मच मैम, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद जी. Okay, now we move on to our very first panel of the day, that is the green dialogue, right? Siddharth, he's an influencer from LinkedIn for sustainability, top 5 influencer from LinkedIn on sustainability from LinkedIn, and with him maybe introduce the other panelists. Prakriti, would you want to do it? Go ahead, you take it.
Once again, we would like to have Niladri Choudhari sir on the panel, and then we have Dheeraj sir, again Siddharth Mohanty sir, who is the co-founder of Tweak, and we have Ashwin Gami Govardhan sir from Eco Village for this panel. So I'd like to call all the panelists on stage. Yes, you can proceed with the green dialogue discussion.
Hello, hello. Am I audible? Thank you so much, SNDT Women's University, Navamita ma'am, think tank, and everyone else present today. It's a great session, and today we have Dr. Niladri Choudhary, who is the CEO for Zelentro Solutions, right? So, and it's into IT project management and business processes. He works more into IT consulting space, as he said in the previous presentation about sustainable IT. And we also have Ashwin Gami, right? So he represents Govardhan Eco Village, as well as he is the CEO for Strategic ERP Solutions. It's again into enterprise resource planning, more into IT. Before we start these conversations, I wanted to speak just 1 or 2 lines about why we are here and why sustainability is something that we are talking about today. We spoke about businesses, our women upcoming entrepreneurs are around, and we are thinking about making multi-crores businesses and so on and so forth. But why sustainability? Why is this mindset today we are thinking about? I think before we start these conversations with 2 gentlemen here, I would like to talk about sustainability. It is about meeting your own needs without sacrificing, without compromising the ability of future generations to satisfy their own needs. for example, just few lines. We all have seen plants being planted by our great grandmothers, fathers, right? So those plants are still there around. You might have seen in your village, in your house. So I think we get fruits out of it. We sell it. We get money, right? Again, you go back and take care of the plant, and it goes long and long for years. And now that is the mindset that needs to be adopted in our community, in our society, in our personal lives, families, businesses, everywhere. That's the kind of what I'm talking about is more sustained, more peaceful, joyful, long-term process. That's what we are talking about today.